Today we are going to make one of my favorite Thanksgiving dishes, fresh cranberry relish, with a super simple recipe. So hang with me and we'll get started on making this fantastic Thanksgiving relish and seeing if we can freeze dry it. You're also looking for any cranberries. I have some super soft, squishy spots. Your cranberries should be a uniform, kind of a hard consistency, so if they're soft and squishy, we're going to set those aside and not use them. Next, after you've gotten the wax off your fruit, watch my citrus video if you want to know how I got the wax off of my fruit. Even your organic fruit will have like beeswax on it, so if you don't want to eat that, you want to make sure you get that off. I'm going to cut the ends, it looks like I need to sharpen my knife, off of my orange, and I'm going to cut that in half and look for some seeds and make sure I'm not seeing seeds in here because I don't want seeds in my cranberry relish. I am not seeing seeds, so I'm going to go ahead and put these 4/4 with rind and everything right in my food processor. And then we're going to quarter our apple. Get it cored and put those quarters. I might just because my food processor is getting full. The recipe always calls for 1 cup of sugar, and I have never felt between the orange and the apple that it needs 1 cup. I just add a 1/4 cup of sugar to add a little bit of sweetness to this, and then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to this just to add some pizzazz to your flavor palette here. This recipe also, and I've done in the past when serving fresh, used some pecans in here. Because I'm going to freeze dry this, and nuts really don't freeze dry, I am not going to add pecans to this today. Then I'm just going to put this on and process. You don't want it completely runny and smooth, but you want some nice chunks in here, uniform in size if possible. So let's go ahead and get this processed. I have this all processed, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of shake that off of my blades. Some of my orange rind is a little large right now. I don't mind that. If you minded that, make sure you have good sharp blades on your Ninja. I think I need to get a replacement. And I'm just going to spread the contents out. And because I added a little sugar to this, and we know sugar can cause blow-ups in the freeze dryer, I don't think it's too much sugar by any means. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I freeze until solid. So we freeze-dried the cranberry orange apple relish. There's just a smidge of sugar in there, but not much. And it came out in nice, solid, styrofoam feeling chunks. This is actually good on its own. It's very tart because I did not add much sugar. If you like this sweeter, you can add more sugar. But what a great high vitamin snack that you can eat just like this if you want to. Not bad at all. Now, I don't know what the best way is to rehydrate this. I'm going to try 2 ways. One, very slowly adding a little bit of water, stirring, breaking it up. See what we get here, because I'm afraid this is just going to go to mush. Like most veggies and fruits, if you just rehydrate them, they're going to go mushy. This is a salad you serve raw, so the stuff isn't cooked, so we're going to have to see if this is going to rehydrate or not. My other way is going to be using a spritzer to just get it wet enough to give it some life, but not so wet that it gets mushy. So I'm going to bring the camera a little closer. We can see how this goes. So the bowl that I just added some cold water to, it's been sitting here for a while. I'm not feeling like that styrofoam crunch of something not being hydrated. as I stir this, I'm actually pretty hopeful. The consistency, like just stirring it, it feels about like it does when it's fresh, so I'm very hopeful on this one. That worked. That is maybe just a hair different than fresh, but that is really good. Gonna want to be careful to not overhydrate this. Overhydrating it, it's gonna go mushy. But that is actually fantastic. The one I spritzed is still kind of sticking together in clumps and not loose, and when I make this, it stays kind of loose, so I'm thinking this isn't quite good yet. I'm going to give it a couple more spritz and let it sit a few more minutes. I definitely think you could get here with spritzing, but if you were trying to rehydrate enough for like a meal for more than one person, this is going to take a very long time. It turned out really good with just adding cold water. So while this is an option and I think it will work, I would recommend just adding a touch of cold water. My rinds, like my orange rinds, are really taking a long time to rehydrate. I'm going to add a touch cold water right now to kind of finish it off. Yeah, those orange rinds are still very crunchy, but it's not bad. And again, you could still go this route if that's what you preferred. It might be a hair crunchier than just adding the cold water. I don't know if it's worth the added time. So this is definitely a success. This is a great way to take that Thanksgiving cranberry, apple, orange relish. While cranberries are cheap, you can make a whole bunch of it, freeze dry it, pull this out anytime you want it. You can eat it as a snack, it's just freeze dried. You can add some water to eat it like a salad. This is a go-to for me to get those vitamins in my pantry that's already freeze dried. Make sure you click the bell to subscribe if you like what you see, and to catch my videos as they come out about weekly on Sundays. Every once in a while I miss one. And we will see you next time on Adventures in Freeze Drying.